All right, so here's a tutorial on how to use the map label tool. If you have Python, you can just double click this one. If you don't have Python, double click this. It's a standalone executable, but let's just do this one. There's no difference. Here, we can select an image. This is the default for me. I've made this one for myself, but you can do whichever, like this. But let's do this one. And yeah, this is the actual map, and we can add information to it. So for example, we can do a settlement that we want to add. And let's do like Manila. Select a color, select a pin, information about it, whatever you want. And then it's going to be here. Whenever you click it, it's going to be here. You can also reposition it if you're not happy with the location. So it should actually be something like this. And you can, of course, add several of these settlements. Same thing goes with resources. It works exactly the same, but this is just a different pin by default. But we can do an iron mine, and this can be a town. Different colors. If you want to, you can have different. You can ports. You can have characters, which is very useful because you can do spies, or you can do like an army and have different units displayed here. One thing you can do is to right-click on these layers. For example, if we right-click on this one, it's going to show the port even though we're in the active characters layer. You can do the same thing with these as well. If we click this one, it's going to show everything at once. And clicking this one hides the labels. But let's say that we're in the ports and we can make a trade route. Actually, let's make a trade route so we're in the active layer and we make ports visible. And then we can right click to draw, or to click and hold like this, press enter. If you draw and then press escape, it's gonna cancel it, and you can click it to choose a color. So that's very useful. Another thing you can do is to draw regions. So let's say that we have, we right click here to draw this entire, basically this entire island. And we call it Luzon. Different color, information. And we can then redraw the entire area. So just doing this whole thing again if we want to, if we're not happy with it. We can also add more area to it. Let's say that we want to add all of Taiwan to this. We can do that too. We can also subtract it. So we can subtract all of this. We cannot subtract the entire region because we don't want to accidentally delete it. But that's it. You have information and everything about it. And let's add a few more regions. So this one is Mindoro, for example. And you have Cebu. This is Bohol. And this is Leyte. So here you can turn off the region fill if you want to. For example, if you're in settlements and you have regions shown, you can do this one. It's very useful. But yeah, that's how that works. If you want to make factions to these regions, you can do that too. So here, it's very useful to right click on this or just show everything. So we actually see the regions. But we're in the active factions layer and we right click. So we can then, this is the Tondo faction. And we can give it a description and it's done. We can also make, for example, Cebu as its own faction. And if we want to expand them, so Cebu is going to own all of these islands, we can add area. We can also subtract area. But we cannot subtract the last region, because that would destroy the faction. We also can't, for example, if we add the region that would be the last region of another faction, we also cannot do that, because that would delete the faction. And this is just to not accidentally delete it. But yeah, this is how you can do this, and we can do this here. You can also, if we're not happy with the position of the name, for example, in Cebu, we want to set the capital of this faction to Cebu. We can do that. For Tondo, we can do it to this region. And yeah, it also displays the number of regions that this faction owns. And that's also displayed here. So for example, now we see the factions and the regions. If we only see the factions, it's just going to be 2 objects. If we only look at the regions, it's going to be 5 objects. Together, it's going to be 7. So that's how it keeps count of the things. And normally, you know, the regions, the settlements, and the towns and ports, and the trade routes and roads, they are set in stone, usually, in mods. But you would have different start posts, you would have different starting year with different factions and different characters. Those things are more dynamic. So I made, for example, if we go to, I mean, here we made these factions. And this is a start post, so this is a different, different starting year. So if we go into this one, there are no factions. You have regions and settlements, just like before, but you don't have any factions, and you don't have any characters for this slot. We can add it. We can make factions, like, oh, this is a new faction here. So we have that, and when you change this, it's gonna change, yeah, basically the different starting years. We can rename it. So this is like 1350 AD or something. And this is going to be something else. That's very useful, and you can move these up and down. And all of this is saved. This is saved as a project. So we have this, this is the default, but we can save it like this and keep on saving it. We can open different projects or save again. There's also one button for all of the instructions. So everything is here, or it should be here. And yeah, it's very useful. You can do this. Turn off the labels, region fill. Just do this one with this if you want to. It's very useful. And for example, this is what you can do. You can do a lot of things. This is just the regions. And it keeps count. Every information can be stored. So very useful. Yeah.